Politico, and I love it. They used this little picture of Joe Biden giving what looks like a wink. Wink. It says Biden White House is discussing preemptive pardons for those in Trump's crosshairs. The nomination of Kash Patel, who has vowed to pursue Trump's critics as FBI director, has heightened concerns within the president's inner circle. They say Biden's aides are deeply concerned about a range of current and former officials who could find themselves facing inquiries and even indictments. A sense of alarm, which has only accelerated since Trump's last weekend announced the appointment of Kash Patel, to lead the FBI. Patel has publicly vowed to pursue Trump's critics. Yes, but not because they're his critics. He's going to pursue them for being criminals. And it just so happens that criminals don't want to be held accountable, so they criticize the person who wants to hold them accountable. You see how that works, Politico?
What? You thought him just pardoning Hunter was the end of it?
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth.
Hi, I'm Pastor Marty. This is the Afternoon Drive. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and once you are, smack the bell, click the word all. That will give you notification of my rants, my ravings, my undeniably flawless reasonings. Please like and share this video. That's the only way that we can get the word out that we're here. Thank you so much for watching. My video from yesterday, you may have known, has disappeared into the ethos. Apparently, a clip that I showed in the video yesterday, someone in the clip said something that violates the rules regarding Rovid information. The thing that I find interesting and that I am protesting with YouTube right now is that, number one, I didn't say it. Number two, it comes from content on YouTube. In other words, the clip that I took was from a program currently on YouTube. That clip is still on that program. That video has not been removed, but mine was. Can you say, I don't think it comes as any great shock that Joe Biden could really just on his way out the door, just absolutely unleash a plethora of very wide, non-specific blanket pardons. Look what he did for his son, Hunter. And I know the argument keeps being made, look, any father would do this for his son. You know, he had a wife and child tragically killed in an auto accident. Another child died of cancer. This is his last son. And even though he's had all kinds of problems, you know, come on, it's a father's heart. Yeah, I get that. But it was the fact that, you know, they wanted to take this high moral ground that no one is above the law. I'm not going to interfere in the findings of this jury against my son. And then, of course, he does it and has to add by saying that this was lawfare. They were unfairly going after my son. Oh, you mean like you've been unfairly going after Donald Trump for the past 8 years? It started with wiretapping Trump Tower, then the Russia collusion, then the 2 impeachments, then all of the trials and indictment that you've tried to keep him wrapped up in for the past 2 years, including raiding his home at Mar-a-Lago, going through Melania's underwear drawer, looking for documents, and on and on and on. And now, this so-called bastion of truth that we keep being told, Joe Biden, who is nothing but a walking, talking, lying machine. And now we're finding out from Team Kamala that the real reason she couldn't distance herself from Joe Biden was that she was in the room when all of those major decisions were made. Everything from the Afghan withdrawal, everything from opening the border wide and letting the illegals come on in, to all of the economic decisions, that she is on record as being in the room and being supportive. In fact, wanting the border open even wider than what Joe Biden wanted it. And that if she said anything to distance herself from those decisions, that members of Team Biden were going to leak the audio to the press. These people are just absolutely beyond vile and nasty. And it's the way Washington works. Everybody gets dirt on somebody else, and then you use that dirt as, what's the word I want? Oh, yeah, blackmail to get them to do what you want. And the problem they have with Donald Trump is he doesn't care. And number two, he's going to do what he wants to do anyway. And it usually upsets somebody's financial gravy train. That's really what all this comes down to. But the fact that he has nominated Kash Patel as the director of the FBI means, hey, some things could get done. If you want to know if Trump is making right decisions or not, just watch the reaction of the lying legacy corporate corrupt mainstream media when they get handed their talking points from the alphabet intel communities. In other words, how does the deep state, how does Washington feel about Trump's nominees? When they howl, you know he has hit it right where he needs to hit it. And Kash Patel will. He will go in and he will actually render real justice. Remember, it was this FBI that lied 17 times to a FISA court so they could obtain illegal warrants to spy on then citizen Donald Trump and concoct Russia collusion. You have Chuck E. Cheese Schumer, who loved to say going after the intel communities by Donald Trump was a very stupid thing to do because they've got 9 ways from Sunday to get you back. And they understand that certain nominees that Trump is putting forward will put an end to all that. It will really be a literal draining of the swamp. But let's take one of these people that Joe Biden is obviously being pressured to give a pardon to. One Dr. Anthony Fauci. And again, I have to watch what I say because, apparently YouTube still got his back. But this is a guy, I won't even get into what he had to say medically. This is a guy, I said it right from the very beginning. Of course, all those videos are gone now because, I got community strikes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is a guy who spent his whole life being the class nerd. This was the guy that the teacher would ask to go down to the audiovisual room and bring up the film projector, Tony, so we can watch a science movie today. He was the little worm that when the teacher left the room to go to the faculty lounge to have a cigarette, he was told, write down everybody's name that gets out of their seat or talks without permission. So, you know what he was. He was a nerdlet. And all of a sudden, this made him a rock star. Everybody hung on his word. I don't know how he ever had time to, quote, do Dr. Lab stuff because he was on every single TV show, radio show, podcast all day long. I mean, it was just absolutely unbelievable. That all aside, gain of function. Gain of function. He did it. And there needs to be a serious investigation as to if that's the reason the world was put into a global catastrophe. Tim Pool covering this, and he makes an astute observation in the article by Axios.
Those who could face exposure included such members of Congress, January 6th committee, as Senator-elect Adam Schiff. They sought GOP Rep Liz Cheney of Wyoming, former rep. Trump had previously said Cheney should go to jail along with the rest of the unselect committee. Also mentioned by Biden's aides for a pardon is Anthony Fauci, the former head of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, who became a lightning rod for criticism from the right during the COVID pandemic. Now, let me just stress this. As it says, who've committed no crimes. I want to say it again. Politico says, who've committed no crimes.
See that? They're all innocent. They're just, this is just Trump on a witch hunt. Really. But again, let's take a look at Anthony Fauci.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Newsweek.com. On their X account from September 9th, 2021, newly released grant proposals indicate the National Institutes of Health funded controversial gain-of-function research appearing to contradict what Dr. Anthony Fauci had said previously. Then we have the actual article, and the headline is, Fauci was untruthful to Congress about Wuhan lab research, new documents appear to show. Fauci was untruthful to Congress about Wuhan lab research. Can I throw it to the panel here? What is it called when you're under oath and you lie?
Perjury.
And is that a criminal offense?
Yes.
So that would mean that Fauci did, in fact, commit a crime.
If the Newsweek, they say it appears to show this. They haven't. It sounds like the Newsweek article hasn't confirmed.
No. Newsweek.
There's
I'm sorry.
C-SPAN
I'm sorry.
video of it.
No, Ian, read the headline.
that Fauci was untruthful to Congress about Wuhan lab research, new documents appear to show.
And now I'll give him,
deeper.
I'll give them that. Let's prove it in a court of law. Fine. And that's where they're going. But I will state definitively, as it is stated by a member of Congress as a statement of fact, Fauci lied under oath.
Shall we take a little stroll down memory lane with someone else who I wouldn't exactly call a Fauci fan, Rand Paul?
Dr. Fauci, as you are aware, it is a crime to lie to Congress. Section 1001 of the U.S. Criminal Code creates a felony and a 5-year penalty for lying to Congress. On your last trip to our committee on May 11th, you stated that the NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain-of-function research in the Wuhan Institute of Virology. And yet, gain-of-function research was done entirely in the Wuhan Institute by Dr. Shi and was funded by the NIH.
Yeah, I could see why more pardons may be on the way.